Hi there, Joka here, and today I'm sharing these two cards that I've created with the Spellbinders February large die kit. So this is the kit. You get a lot of things in this one. All the numbers in a jumbo size, then a large happy die, and also these well, I don't know how you call these, that you finish off the numbers with like first, second, third, and those come in two different fonts. I did not use them in this video, I'm just using some numbers. And this is the paper collection I'm going with. It's an older Pink Fresh Studio collection that is actually not a party collection at all, but I do love the colors for masculine projects. And I'm also using this die, which unfortunately is not available anymore. I did not notice, but I did find two other die sets, which I'm gonna link in the description box below, that are similar to this one. So this is a cake with a cake stand and some flowers and candles and embellishments. You can use just the rectangles, or you can also create patterns with it, but one of the patterns is a floral, which I'm gonna skip for this one because this is a card that I'm making for my dad. I hope he's not gonna see this video. And also the other card is gonna be for my best friend, and both birthdays are only coming up in April and May, so I hope they will not watch this. All right, so I'm selecting the pattern papers that I want to use. I'm using both the 12 by 12 papers and some of the 6 by 6 paper pad, which I actually really like because the patterns are scaled down, so they are better for cards. But then the 12 by 12 that I'm using, they are also kind of, you know, like smaller scaled patterns, so it works fine. I just didn't have these colors anymore in the 6 by 6 because they are my favorite, these blues and I don't know, is this called chartreuse? This kind of lime green kind of color. It's one of my favorites of all time, so every time it's in a collection I'm hoarding the papers because it's rare. So I die cut everything now, and I will be die cutting all of these pieces again from white cardstock because I know that I want to add foam tape to all these pieces, so I want them to be sturdy. With the exception of this one, here I wanted to add some pattern paper because it peeks through and I wanted it to be a different color than white. And yeah, now I'm going to die cut everything from white. And in fact, the numbers I will die cut again from white, which I'm not gonna show. I'm not sure why I did that. I wanted them to be a bit thicker, but it makes no difference really here. And now I'm layering everything up using liquid glue. I just like when these die cut pieces are sturdy and hold up on the project. I think I never really use just one layer, or very rarely. And then these, I'm not actually sure what these are for. I think they are just like they are meant to separate numbers, but I'm gonna be using them for sticks for my numbers to, you know, to come out on top of the cake, if that makes sense. So I'm gluing everything down now, and then I will start working on my card base in a second here. Because I'm working now with a different format, which is a slimline card, I think I did 8.5 by 3.5. And these papers are from this 6x6 paper pad. Obviously, I couldn't go with just one paper, so I decided to use two and then create the background like that. I am now trying to figure out which pattern should be where. This is why I'm trimming so much. And yeah, I didn't want to, this small pattern, this one that I'm just gluing down now, it has a lot of white space, and I was really checking where I should cut it so I don't end up with a lot of white space on the edges. I don't know why I don't like that, but I just don't. So there has to be pattern cut. It feels more organic to me. And yeah, and now I'm creating my card base. And I will be adding foam tape to all these pieces now. And here I'm trying to figure out where to attach my numbers, because if you see the middle of the numbers are very thin, but I didn't like the sticks coming in at the sides, so I will be adding them anyway in the middle. But it worked out fine, even though there's hardly anything to attach them to. But eventually I'm gonna glue them down anyway, so it all works fine. So yeah, I'm adding foam everywhere, like I said, and then I will be gluing those sticks. I don't know what you call them. I'll just call them sticks, to the numbers. And well, the way I did that, I just added some liquid adhesive on the middle there at the bottom part of the number, and then I held it in place for a bit so that it's I mean, I'm using a really quick drying glue, but still I had to hold it in place for a while so that it stayed there. First try I actually failed. And then I trim off the top of this stick so that it's not visible. I don't know, I didn't like when it was sticking out. And then I decided to add foam tape to that as well, but it's really thin, so I normally avoid doing this. But I kind of felt that I needed to do that, because otherwise maybe all of it would have fallen apart. I'm not sure. And now I'm gonna glue everything down, and the card is almost ready actually. The only thing that I will still add to it is, maybe you can figure it out. Oh yeah, a sentiment, obviously. This, well, I just showed you my stash of sentiments. That these are all foiled sentiment strips that I like to have on hand. I don't like to create them for each of my cards. So this is what I was talking about. I'm adding enamel dots. These come from the same Pink Fresh collection as well. It's actually called A Case of the Blahs. It's about things that can go wrong in everyday life. But I think it works well for this birthday card as well. So here's my second card, another Pink Fresh collection. This is a newer one, Days of Splendor. This you can still buy. And this one is going to be pretty much the same card. So if you want, you can just skip to the end if you want to see some still photos, because really I'm just going to be doing the same thing with a little bit of variation, where since this one is for a woman, I'm going to be adding some flowers as well. And yeah, the colors are obviously more feminine. This is actually a fall collection, but I think it works well for so many different occasions. I absolutely adore the colors in this. So this is why and I haven't used it so much, so I have quite a few things left of the collection, and I wanted to use it. And in fact, I'm gonna be using it on the small die kit cards as well, since I already had it on my desk. So, and this is what I also do. There are these pattern papers where you have a lot of different things, like the really tiny pieces of designs, but the colors I really like, and you know, they work well for small dies like these. Yeah, I don't know, like a journaling spots here, quite solid color without much design. So those I used for the smaller pieces, flowers and leaves, and even the numbers actually. I managed to get out of those papers. I mean, I already have patterns in the background, so I didn't really want to. I do like mixing patterns, but sometimes there's a lot of white space, especially in pink fresh papers. There's a lot of white space in the design, so it's harder to mix it, I think. So I wanted to have solid colors here in the foreground. Okay, so these are the flowers. I'm trying to shape them a little bit. I don't have any tools for this. Actually, I probably have what is it called? Like a bowl tool from when I used to bake cakes, and I made some sugar flowers and such, but I don't know where any of my tools are, somewhere in the basement. So I'm just using my fingers for this. I'm sure they would look nicer and more professional if I use some tools, but I'm okay with this. And here I was lucky because the 4 is actually thick in the middle, and here on the 3 I was okay with you know, with the stick being a bit to the right. And this one, the number 3, I'm actually gluing down with liquid adhesive this time, not with foam, because I knew that I wanted to add this bow, and I didn't want that to be on top of a thin foam tape. And that bow is actually also from the same Pink Fresh collection. It's a fabric bow that you can create yourself. It's already die cut for you, and then you just have to put it together, but you can mix and match the colors, and there's different type of bows in that pack. It's really fun. And yeah, and then I just added a few layers, about 2 layers for each flower. Somehow a single layer just didn't seem right. And now I'm just adhering everything down, and then to finish it off, I will add some enamel dots again to the flower centers, or 4 flower centers. And these enamel dots are also from this Days of Splendor collection, and all colors are coordinated, so you really don't have to think about it too much. You can just use everything and anything from the collection and it will look great. So again, I'm using a sentiment strip, but this time I'm adding some heavyweight cardstock to it, because I know that I will add some foam tape. So I need it to be strong and to hold up well. And then, yeah, I think this is the last thing I do, and then the cards are ready. I thank you very much for watching. I hope I could inspire you maybe to use pattern paper on your projects. It's super fun. I hope you like this month's dies. I really, really like these numbers. Again, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.